So hello everyone, let us start the today's question of our GFG POTD streak of day 171. And the today's question name is maximum length and the tags given are strings and data structures. So I would again say that this question is a, let's say, a good question, and it's more about the understanding part, right? But let us see what this question says, and if you're able to do it, then well and good. So given the maximum occurrences of A, B, and C in a string, your task is to make the string containing only B and C so that no three consecutive characters are the same. The consecutive characters in the sense is, let's say this is the three, right? This is first three characters. So it should not be seen that it should not be three times A or three times B or three times C, right? It can be, let's say, two times A and B, and let's say two times B and then C. Like you can see B and double A. It should not be the same. Like in the all three are the same characters, then you have to stop it, right? So you need to find or you need to make the string containing A, B, C such that no three consecutive characters are same. Let us go on the dashboard and let us make some observations, and then we will proceed ahead, right? Okay, so let us forget about that there were three characters, right? Let's start from the ground level. So I am assuming that I have only two characters, right? Wait, ठीक है. So let us assume, so let us say that we were having only two characters और हमें इस तरह का बनाना हो कि such that no three characters are repeating. और मैं assume कर रहा हूँ कि किसी एक characters की जो frequency वो बहुत ज़्यादा हो. Let's say count of A is X and the count of B is Y, whereas the count of X is much greater than Y. तो अगर मैं बोलूँ कि form the maximum length string using the same constraint as it was mentioned above, that no three characters were repeating, right? तो बड़ी obvious सी बात है यार कि अगर let's say three space है, तो हमें कोई एक कैरेक्टर्स को दो बार लेना होगा और जो थर्ड प्लेस पे वहां पे ए ना रख करके बी को रखना होगा, इफ वी हैव जस्ट टू कैरेक्टर्स, राइट? और या तो मैं ये कर सकता हूँ कि मैं बी को दो बार ले लूँ और यहाँ पे मैं ए को रख दूँ, ठीक है? ये सिनेरियो कब पॉसिबल है? जब मेरे पास काउंट ऑफ ए जो है, लेट्स से काउंट ऑफ ए जो है वो ग्रेटर देन बी हो, द मैक्सिमम फ्रीक्वेंसी मैं उसको ज्यादा बार रिपीट कराऊँ, राइट? और ये सिनेरियो कब होगा? जब काउंट ऑफ बी जो है वो greater than a हो, right? So I am assuming that the count of a is greater than b, and I am making that particular string that is two times a and then b. And similarly, if it is repeating until and unless the characters are not left, right? Until and unless there is only one type of character left, right? जैसे कि यहाँ पे डबल ए सिक्स टाइम्स है ना, तो लेट्स से आई हैव थ्री टाइम्स बी एंड देन आई हैव यस 10 times a and 3 times b, right? So what I'll do 2 times a and then b. Now the frequency has been reduced to 10 minus 2, that is 8, and b frequency has been reduced to 1. Similarly now फिर मैंने वही लिया, then the frequency is 6 and then it has been reduced to 2 and now it has been reduced to 1. Similarly मैं फिर से लूँगा, it will be reduced to 4 and the frequency will go to 0. Now I have again 3 spaces left and I have what to say, 10 minus 2, 8 minus 6. So what I will do that I will place 2a here, right? But now I have only one characters left, right? तो अगर मैं यहाँ पर फिर से एक a place कर दूँ तो ये मेरा contradiction हो जाएगा, and I will say that I cannot form a string, right, of length this 10 plus 3 11, right? Because if you're able to form it with the exact length of a plus b, then you have to return the length, otherwise you have to return -1. ठीक है, क्लियर है? सेम चीज हमें थ्री कैरेक्टर्स के लिए करनी है. तो जो मैंने अभी टू कैरेक्टर्स के लिए सोचा, लेट अस राइट इट पॉइंट वाइज कि हमें कंस्ट्रेंट याद रहे. सो द फर्स्ट पॉइंट वुड बी कि हमें क्या करना होगा, आई नीड टू कीप ट्रैक ऑफ करंट अवेलेबल कैरेक्टर्स. Don't mind my handwriting, just try to use a pen and paper yourself and try writing it in your sheets. तो मुझे ये मेंटेन करना होगा, एंड मेरे को क्या करना होगा, एक मोस्ट फ्रीक्वेंटली अवेलेबल कैरेक्टर्स, राइट? तो फ्रीक्वेंटली आई एम राइटिंग जस्ट FREQ एंड अवेलेबल कैरेक्टर्स, ठीक है? सेकंड पॉइंट क्या हो जाएगी कि आई कैन ऐड at most two consecutive same characters, or I can add two times same character, right? And then for other, then any of the other two characters. Third place के लिए any of other two, if I'm considering there are three characters, any of other two characters. ये होगी मेरी second point. और third point, हमें we have to stop when we just have only one type of character left. Stop when we have one type of character left. How I showed you, right? ठीक है. So let us do some dry run for the test cases now. Then we will dry run for this case 3 3 3 and 3, because that is like very naive case, we cannot able to determine anything from that. So let us run first of all from 6 1 1. ठीक है. तो ये A है, ये B है and C है, तो the most frequent characters is A, right? So I will take 2 times A. थर्ड प्लेस में या तो मैं B ले लूँ या तो मैं C ले लूँ, सिंस इसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी सेम है, राइट? इट इज 711, राइट, 611, राइट? तो इनमें से मैं कोई भी उठा लेता हूँ. सो लेट्स से वी मूव इन दी लेफ्ट टू राइट हैंड साइड. तो मैं B उठा लिया मैंने यहाँ पे, ठीक है. तो अब जो क्या फ्रीक्वेंसी, ओके लेट मी कनेक्ट द चार्जर यार. Yes, so how the frequency has been changed, we have used 2 times A, so it would be 6 to 4, and then B frequency is 0 and C is still 1. Then again I will use the most frequency characters 2 times, right? And now I can use B or C. So B count has already decremented to 0, only C is remaining. So AAC, and now the count will be 200, right? And now I have only 2 characters left, that is A and A. Third characters, may I don't have to put anything because characters ही खत्म हो गए. I don't have more characters to put on it, right? So if you have same characters left but the count itself is less than 3, तो फिर कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. इस केस में you will return yes, it is possible to make the maximum length string which is equals to a plus b plus c, that is 6 plus 1 8 length. If you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so it is 8 length. So I will say yes and I will return 8 as per the question, right? Let us see what will happen for 711, right? So what will happen for this is I will take 2 times a, then I will take what, C. So the count would be like 5 1 and 5 0 and 1, right? Then again I will take a okay. Then I will, so okay, so the frequency of the AAC not, it would be AAB, right? Because the frequency of both B and C is same, and we are assuming that we will take the characters of most frequent from left to right. Okay, so it would be 501, then again AA, then the next character would be B or C, but the frequency of C is only remaining, so I will say AAC. And now the frequency is like 300, and I will write, I do not have any choice, but I have only all the same character left, that is A, and I will write 3 times A here, which will give me the contradiction. And at this point I need to break, from my let's say while loop or for loop, right? So this is the point which I was saying stop, when you have the only one character left. And itself also key, if you have that one character left but the count is less than 2, तो फिर कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, but if count is greater than 3 then you have to stop it, right? So let us do some more cases. तो ठीक है, यहाँ पे क्या problem था कि we were having 711 and we were getting an error, right? Okay, so what we will do, let's say now solve for 7 1 and 2, and then we will proceed ahead with the code, right? ये dry run बस समझ जाओ, बाकी सब simple है. Now the most frequent characters is A, so I will take AAC and it will be converted to 511, the count. Then I will take AAB, it will convert it to what? Now C मैंने क्यों लिया? Because you can see among B and C the most frequent characters were the frequency high was for the C, right? And that is why we chosen the C. Okay, then AAB, and it would be now B. Why B? Because both the frequency have the same now, B and C, and we are conventionally weighting from right to left. ठीक है, तो ये हो जाएगा 301. फिर क्या होगा हमारे पास AA, and again we have the maximum frequency of A left, so I will say 2 times A, and then only C is remaining, so AAC. It would be like now what, 100, right? And now we have only one characters left. This frequency is saying, but that is itself less than 3. तो मैं सिर्फ यहाँ A लिख दूंगा and I can say there is no violations, right? These 3 consecutive are different and again different, and this is not itself the 3 consecutive, right? तो ठीक है, यहाँ पे हम बोल देंगे, यहाँ पे yes होगा आंसर, and the answer is 7 plus 2 9, that is 10. ठीक है, ये बात समझ में आ गई. So I think we have done enough dry run to write the code now. और ये 3 के लिए भी बड़ी सिंपल सी बात है, सारे कैरेक्टर्स सेम है, राइट? तो इट वुड बी ABC and then ABC and again ABC, राइट? ठीक है, ये है ना ABC, यस. तो ग्रेट, तो मेरे को लगता है आपको ड्राई रन से बातें समझ में आ गई होंगी. सो प्लीज ट्राई टू राइट दिस कोड, एंड वाइल द कोडिंग पार्ट, सो कोडिंग पार्ट के लिए आई ट्राई टू राइट अ रिकर्सिव सोल्यूशन, राइट द सेम थिंग आई ट्राई टू राइट इन द रिकर्सिव सोल्यूशन, बट दैट वाज गिविंग मी TLE, right? The constraint was not satisfying, so that no need to explain that approach as well. So I just converted that recursive into iterative one. ठीक है, so as the same approach, right? I have showed you the diagram. Please pause the video now, maybe for 10 to 12 minutes, and try to code it. And I myself have taken some help from the what is external sources, but that's the whole thing that is happening, right? Let me show you the code now. Okay, so that's the main logic here. We are iterating for each and every characters, right? And then this MA is nothing but it is maintaining the maximum frequency of a particular character, and this MA equals to 0 signifies that there is only one type of character left, then we are breaking it from the loop. ठीक है, तो let me give you a diagram how this code is working. It will take 2 to 3 minutes more and then we will go ahead. ठीक है, so I will do it for let's say 611. You can even try for next of the several cases as well. ठीक है, so we have maintained a variable that is previous, which is nothing but keeping track of the what is the previous character that you have choose. So we are since it is nothing, then we are initializing it with the this one. Now we have to maintain a frequency which will depict that what is the frequency, because at times when we use a character we need to subtract it, decrement it by 1. So it is at the first case it is 611, right? We need a string builder to return it as an answer, right? So let's name a variable as answer. Currently it is empty string. Okay, so we need to break until we have this thing that the only one type of character left. So we are using a while loop, true, and then in the middle we will use that statement, if statement. So as of now, the maximum frequency we are updating it as 0, and the current character that we need to add it's an empty character. Now I iterated for I equals to 0, I iterated for I equals to 1. This is nothing but I'm iterating for character A, I'm iterating for character B, and I'm iterating for character C. This is I equals to 2. How can you get this character? You can clearly say, you can typecast as char equals to I plus this. So this will give you the character C, that is 2 plus A, right? In the ASCII values it will be converted, right? So I will check that if my previous character, if it is not equals to A, B or C, then I will move ahead with that. So previously is 0, right? So it is not equals to my I equals to 0, right? So I will initialize my current equals to A and I will store that frequency. So MA is equals to now 6, right? And since it has the maximum frequency, it will get compared with B and C, right? And how it is getting compared, let us see in the code. So it is comparing, it will go to the I equals to 1, it will say that my previously my maximum frequency is now updated to 6, and you have the frequency I of B is 1, right? So 6 is less than 1, it is not valid, right? So it will not compare for B and C, right? तो सिर्फ इसके लिए कंपेयर हुआ, यहाँ पे ये if काम नहीं करेगा, whatever it's the thing which is written in the code, right? And then since we have taken this character, then we need to decrement the count, right? So this 611 will be decremented to 511, right? और आंसर में हमारे पास आ जाएगा एक A, right? But still we need another if to check if the maximum frequency is let's say greater than equals to 2, right? Then we have decided that let's say 3 characters है, तो जिसकी count ज़्यादा होगी हम उसे 2 times repeat कर देंगे, right? So there is an if there's an if statement there that is checking that if the maximum frequency of the current character that you added in your answer, if it is greater than 2, right, then you have to append it once more in your answer variable. ठीक है, ठीक है, okay. So what will happen, that answer will now be equals to double A, right? And your previous will be stored as A because this is the last character you have chosen, right? So it would be like this. So there is the end of the first iteration, right? Now the second iteration will happen again, the maximum frequency will be appointed to 0, and the current frequency that you have is 4, 1 and 1, right? Okay, so I will just tell you this second iteration, that how the changes are happening, right? Then you have to do it yourself, or you will be getting a good understanding of how to solve it further. ठीक है, तो M is 0 हो गया, and now the current character is again an empty character because it will again go into a for loop. It will decide which character to take. So for I equals to 0, I equals to 1, I equals to 3, it will decide how it will decide that previously it was A, right? So it will compare with the previous character that was A and the current character that is again A here. So previously it was A, in this current I equals to 1 it will be B, and then previously it was A and here it will be C, right? तो यहाँ पे तो यहीं stop हो जाएगा कि अगर ये not equals to होता है then only we need to go further. So here this if will not work. In the code you can clearly see that, right? That if the previous character is not equals to my current character, then only you have to do the processing, else you do not have to do it. ठीक है, so it will go to this I equals to 1 and the here MA will be updated as 1, right? So we are taking this character, so it will definitely run for I equals to 2 as well, right? But again MA is equals to 1 here, and it will compare the previous MA that we got from I equals to 1, it will compare with the current MA of C, that is 1, right? And it will not solve the inequality, right? And it will again fall in this case, and that is the case कि अगर ये 412 होता, right? तो ये मैक्सिमम फ्रीक्वेंसी इससे अपडेट हो जाती है, दिस इक्वल्स टू 2 से, और यहाँ पे A ना बनने के बजाय AAC बन जाता, बट वी हैव 411, right? They have the same frequency, so it will form AAB. I hope you're getting the logic. ठीक है, तो current character is decided now that it is B. We will append it in the answer, so that is AAB, right? There is one again if statement that will say if the maximum frequency is greater than 2 or not. So it is not, it will move ahead, and your frequency is now updated to 4, 0 and 1. And again the iteration will solve for this case, right? And what will happen, that again this for loop, these three for loop will run, right? And a has the maximum frequency, right? A has the maximum frequency, so the current will again be updated as a, right? And then again aab double a would be added because the frequency is 4, which is definitely greater than 2, and then it will be added 2 times. And then now after this thing the frequency will be now 2, 0 and uh, 2, 0 and 1, right? So the previous character was a, so again it will run for I equals to 0, 1 and 2. The current characters will be a, b and c, right? So since previously it was a, so we cannot take a, and in I equals to 1 it is b, but the frequency is 0, so we cannot take b as well. So for the third iteration it is c, so we have to take c, there is no other option. So the answer will be now pointing to double a b and double a c, right? And then the frequency will now again be updated as 2, 0, 0. Now only two characters are left, and that would be added again as the same iteration. So AAB, AAC and double A. And you can see that the node 3 characters are consecutively same. So again this will return, and that is what we are checking in the last, that if the string that you have formed, if it is equals to the string length, right, then you return the string length, else you return -1. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. एक ऐसा इटरेशन दिखाते हैं रिगार्डिंग द कोड कि जहाँ पे आंसर पॉसिबल नहीं था, राइट? सो ठीक है, ठीक है, तुरंत से देखते हैं. सो वी हैव दिस थिंग एज 7, 1 and 1, राइट? तो किसके लिए, इसके लिए पॉसिबल नहीं था, राइट? सो ए ए बी बनेगा सबसे पहले अकॉर्डिंग टू द कोड, देन ए सी बनेगा अकॉर्डिंग टू द कोड, राइट? द फ्रीक्वेंसी विल बी अपडेटेड एज 501, देन इट विल बी अपडेटेड एज 500, right? Not 500, the 300, right? And now you have the three same characters. So a to बैठ जाएगा, right? It will decide the code, the how the code is deciding is it will say that my previous character was a. Now it will iterate for I equals to 0, I equals to 1 and I equals to 2, right? And it will see that this I equals to 1 frequency is 0 for this bth character, the frequency is 0 and this cth character frequency is 0, right? तो इसके लिए तो कंपैरिजन ऐसे भी नहीं हो पाएगा, right? Only the a character is having the frequency left as 1, right? तो इसके लिए चेक करेगा कि if, और यहाँ पे जब ये previous होगा वो होगा a and the current character itself is a, but this will not fall into the inequality, right? तो यहाँ से भी processing नहीं हुआ, right? The ma variable, which the ma variable is still updated to 0, right? यहाँ से check ही नहीं हुआ, यहाँ से check नहीं हुआ. So after this for loop, that is how I am checking that if ma is my still equals to 0, then return, or let's say then break, right? And that is how this if is handling that if the if there is only one type of character left, then you have to break it. Okay, I hope you are getting the all each and every steps, right? I've explained you this for loop, this if statement, and I've explained you this ma if greater than 2, then how the things are happening, and why the previous equals to current, because for the next character to be added we need to check, right? That is the same character, then you have to take the other two characters. सो दैट इज़ इट यार. और अगर आपको ये फिर भी नहीं समझ में आ रही तो जस्ट ट्राई टू bear with me or try to run some 2 more 3 test cases and you'll definitely get it. So video is already 18 minutes long. So let us hit the submit button, or let us hit the compilation button. And also I have mentioned some what to say, the what to say, the system.println also. So you can use this print statements to see how in each and every iteration the string are forming, right? For 7, 1 and 2 you can clearly see there were 2 a's, right? And it decided for the third character किसको लेना है, right? So the frequency देखो क्या थी यहाँ पे, frequency c की ज़्यादा थी, right? So first it decided that I would take b, then it will say no कि 3 का frequency b से भी ज़्यादा है, so I would take c, right? Okay, and then it takes the AAC, and then the frequency was updated to both the frequency b and c become 1, and then for the next case it would definitely taken b, right? You can see that here, right? So you can always print this print statements and you can see that how the things are happening in the code, right? If you are not at all able to get the how the code is working, so these are the very good and efficient steps to debug it. So let us hit the submit button now. And what would be the time complexity, that we are visiting each and every character once, right? So it would be O of a plus b plus c. And what would be the space complexity, that we are using a frequency array here, but it would be like O of 3, so the constant space. So it would be O of 1. So this POTD. Okay, so our streak has been now for 69 days. ठीक है यार. So let us meet in the tomorrow's video of GFG POTD streak of day 170, what to say, 2. Till then, bye bye. Keep learning, keep growing, and take care. And the last thing, to that the conversion in the C++ code, I'm leaving that, guys, to you. And then we will continue. Or what can I do is, regarding the C++ code, I will mention that thing in the description. You can take help from that. So I think you were able to get the logic. That was the main thing. So मिलते हैं कल के streak में day 72 में. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. Bye bye, and take care.